Success people on that. That's for the perfect moment. They realize that opportunities don't always come wrapped in a neat package. And perfection is often an illusion. Waiting for things to line up perfectly, but taking action can lead to missed opportunities. They know that the process of learning and improving happens through experience, not through waiting. Taking that first step, no matter how imperfect it might seem, is what leads to growth. The fear of making mistakes often holds people back, but successful individuals embrace mistakes as part of the journey. They trust that the act of moving forward will give them the clarity and insights they need to refine their approach along the way. By acting when they have a vision and a plan, no matter how unfinished, it's often the momentum from their efforts that propels them towards success. Waiting for perfect conditions can keep you stagnant, while taking action allows you to evolve, adjust, and build something great step by step. This proactive approach is what sets successful people apart. They understand that the journey of progress starts with taking action, not waiting for. Successful people have a deep conviction that mediocrity is not an option. They refuse to accept less than their best, whether it's in their work, relationships, or personal growth. They understand that mediocrity is a subtle enemy, one that creeps in when you settle for comfort or lower your standards. For them, the pursuit of excellence is not just a choice, it's a mindset. They know that striving for greatness means pushing beyond what feels easy and familiar. While many might settle for doing just enough to get by, successful people recognize that their full potential can only be unlocked through constant striving and a relentless commitment to improvement. They hold themselves to high standards even when no one is watching. This means putting in the extra hours, going above and beyond, and never cutting corners. Refusing to settle for mediocrity also means being unwilling to accept excuses or reasons for why something can't be done. Successful people recognize that challenges are part of the process, but they don't use them as an excuse to stop striving for excellence. They understand that excellence is not an innate trait, but something that is built through discipline, persistence, and the refusal to be satisfied with anything less than their best effort. They also seek out environment and relationships that challenge them to rise above mediocrity. They surround themselves with people who push them, inspire them, and hold them accountable. Mediocrity thrives in isolation and comfort, but successful individuals recognize that true growth happens when they are surrounded by individuals who demand more from them and from themselves. In everything they do, successful people aim for a standard that elevates them not just in the eyes of others, but in their own eyes. They push the limits of what they can achieve because they understand that reaching for excellence is the only way to create lasting impact. Mediocrity simply cannot coexist with their vision for their life. Successful people have an entirely different perspective on failure compared to most. For many, failure is something to avoid at all costs, something that signals the end of a journey or the loss of credibility. But for those who understand the path to success, failure is simply another step in the process, a stepping stone, not a roadblock. They see failure not as a defeat, but as an opportunity for growth and learning. Every failure provides invaluable lessons that cannot be taught in any classroom or read in any book. Successful individuals know that mistakes are inevitable, and rather than fearing them, they welcome them as part of their evolution. They understand that each time they fail, they gain new insights that bring them closer to their goal. They don't view failure as a reflection of their worth, but as a temporary setback that sharpens their skills, increases their resilience, and builds their character. In fact, embracing failure is often what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who don't. Successful people know that without failure, there is no real progress. Every challenge faced, every setback encountered, and every mistake made is an opportunity to refine their strategy, improve their approach, and become more equipped to face future obstacles. What truly sets successful people apart is their mindset in the face of failure. Instead of allowing failure to discourage them or diminish their belief in themselves, they use it as fuel to push harder. They understand that it's not the failure itself that defines them, but how they respond to it. Their response is always one of resilience, adaptability, and the willingness to keep moving forward, no matter how many times they stumble. By embracing failure as growth, they allow themselves to take risks, to try new things, and to step outside of their comfort zones. They understand that without the courage to fail, there is no opportunity to succeed. Failure becomes a teacher, not a nemesis. And with each lesson learned, they get closer to becoming the person they were always meant to be. Successful people recognize that their mindset is one of their most powerful assets. They understand that their thoughts shape their reality. And therefore, maintaining a positive mindset is not optional, it's a necessity. A positive mindset is not about ignoring challenges or pretending that life is always easy. Rather, it's about approaching those challenges with the belief that they can be overcome and that there is always something to be learned or gained from every experience. They understand that negativity, whether internal or external, can drain their energy and hinder their progress. Negative thoughts limit possibilities, creating mental barriers that prevent them from seeing opportunities. By keeping their minds focused on what they can control and on the possibilities that lie ahead, successful people create an environment within themselves that fosters growth, creativity, and resilience. One of the key aspects of a positive mindset is gratitude. Successful individuals make it a point to be grateful for what they have, no matter how big or small. Gratitude shifts their focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in their lives. This simple yet powerful practice strengthens their perspective, allowing them to navigate setbacks with a sense of perspective and peace, rather than getting bogged down by the challenges they face. They use those challenges as opportunities to cultivate resilience and adaptability. In addition, successful people are mindful of the influences they allow into their lives. They surround themselves with positive, uplifting people who share their values and encourage them to reach higher. They understand that the people you associate with directly affect your mindset and energy. Being around negativity or toxic influences can quickly drain motivation and lead to self-doubt. Conversely, being around those who are optimistic, motivated, and driven fosters an environment where positivity can thrive. Maintaining a positive mindset also involves practicing self-compassion. Successful individuals recognize that they are not perfect and that setbacks and mistakes are part of the human experience. Instead of being harsh on themselves when things don't go as planned, they show themselves grace and encourage themselves to learn and grow. This self-compassion builds their mental and emotional resilience, allowing them to bounce back from disappointments with renewed strength and determination. Ultimately, maintaining a positive mindset is about believing in the possibility of success, no matter what obstacles lie ahead. It's about focusing on solutions, finding opportunities in every challenge, and remaining optimistic about the future. This mindset is a critical foundation for creating lasting success, because when you believe that something is possible, you are more likely to take the actions necessary to make it a reality. Successful people understand that they are the architects of their own lives. They take full responsibility for their actions, their choices, and the outcomes they experience. They know that blaming others or external circumstances for their situation will only keep them stuck. Instead, they own their decisions, both the good and the bad, and acknowledge that their results are a reflection of the steps they've taken or failed to take. Taking responsibility is not about being perfect. It's about being accountable for how you respond to the circumstances of life. Successful people understand that they can't control everything that happens to them, but they can always control how they respond. When faced with adversity, they don't look for someone to blame. They ask themselves what they can learn from the situation, what they could have done differently, and how they can move forward in a better direction. This mindset empowers them to take proactive steps towards solutions rather than feeling like a victim of their circumstances. They also recognize that responsibility goes beyond just their own lives. It extends to the impact they have on others. Successful individuals understand that their actions affect the people around them, and they take responsibility for being a positive influence. They don't make excuses for poor behavior or neglect their responsibilities to others. Whether it's in their professional relationships, their family dynamics, or their communities, they are aware of their role and take ownership of how they contribute. By taking responsibility for their life, they refuse to give in to the temptation of blaming external factors like luck, the economy, or other people. Instead, they recognize that success is a product of their own decisions, persistence, and the way they handle both triumphs and challenges. They know that life isn't always fair, but fairness is not a prerequisite for success. They focus on what they can control: their attitude, their actions, and their choices. This ownership of their life also means that they don't wait for things to change on their own. Successful people don't sit back and hope for better circumstances or rely on someone else to make things happen. They take initiative, create opportunities, and put in the work needed to reach their goals. They understand that they are the ones who must shape their future, and they do so with clarity, purpose, and determination. Ultimately, taking responsibility is about embracing the power to create the life you desire. It's about being the driving force behind your own success and acknowledging that while others may influence you, you are the one who ultimately determines your path. This sense of ownership not only helps them achieve their goals, but it also provides a deep sense of peace and satisfaction, because they know that they are fully accountable for the direction their life is headed. In conclusion, The habits and mindsets of successful people are not based on luck or chance. They are intentional choices, cultivated over time, that empower them to achieve their goals and live fulfilling lives. They don't wait for the perfect moment to act, but instead take steps forward with confidence, knowing that action creates opportunity. They refuse to settle for mediocrity, always striving for excellence in everything they do, and embrace failure as an essential part of their growth. They maintain a positive mindset, understanding that their thoughts shape their reality, and take full responsibility for their lives, recognizing that they have the power to create their own future. Success isn't a destination. It's a journey, a series of small, deliberate decisions made day by day. It's not about avoiding obstacles, but about how you respond to them. The path to greatness is not always easy, but by adopting these principles, you can build the life you were meant to live, one step at a time. Remember, success is not reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone who is willing to put in the work, stay focused on their vision, and keep pushing forward with resilience and determination. The power to succeed is within you. The question is, what will you do with it?